Okay, so get this. Today's deep dive takes us into the world of Indian entertainment with a performer you might not know yet.
Not yet, but you definitely should.
Definitely should, right? Mimicry Mahesh. We're talking serious range here, and I, for one, am ready to be wowed.
And you've come to the right place. We're going deep into his Everybody Wiki bio, which,
Yeah.
let me tell you, it is brimming with fascinating details about his journey.
It really is. This isn't just like a bio. This is like a treasure map to a hidden gem. Comedian, actor, voice actor, TV presenter, and like the list goes on.
Right.
He even founded a voice training school. Is this kind of multi-talented background common in India's entertainment scene?
Absolutely. Indian audiences really embrace versatility, so having that range isn't just impressive, it's practically a superpower for performers. And it suggests that Mahesh has this incredible depth and breadth of experience to draw from.
Okay, color me intrigued. So the bio starts us off near Mysore, where Mahesh was born. Engineering background, but always drawn to performance. That's fascinating to me. You don't often hear about engineers moonlighting as, well, mimicry artists.
Right.
Speaking of, for those of us less familiar with the term, what exactly is mimicry in this context?
Yeah, it's more than just impersonation, though that's definitely a part of it. Think vocal chameleon, capturing the nuances of someone's voice, their tone, their delivery,
Wow.
and often weaving it into comedic or entertaining performances. It requires incredibly keen observation and vocal control.
Wow. Okay, I'm already picturing the level of skill involved. No wonder it's such a celebrated art form.
Absolutely.
So, early on, Mahesh is already dipping his toes into the entertainment world. The bio mentions comedy albums and even TV appearances alongside Mimicry Dayanand.
Oh, yeah. A true legend in the Indian comedy scene.
Wow.
For Mahesh to be sharing the stage with him at that point in his career, it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
This isn't just someone starting out, this is someone already making waves.
So we've got Mahesh already rubbing shoulders with comedy giants.
Yeah.
And then there's this mention of the Mummy Novile 1 show.
Okay, you have to help me out here.
Okay.
What's the story with this title?
Sadly, the bio is a little tight-lipped on the specifics.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
knowing Mahesh's comedic style and India's love for family-centric humor, I'm willing to bet it was a laugh riot.
I'll take that bet. And speaking of a different kind of performance, the bio mentions Mahesh acted in a Canada film called
Ambathan Diku. Now, I'll admit, Canada cinema isn't really on my radar.
Right.
Can you give me a quick primer on what that entails?
Of course. India's film industry is incredibly diverse.
Yeah.
Beyond, the Bollywood giant,
Yeah.
you have these thriving regional industries like Canada cinema,
Okay.
each with its own distinct flavor and audience.
Wow.
So while the bio only mentions, the film title in passing,
Right.
it actually tells us something very important.
Okay.
Mahesh wasn't just navigating one entertainment world,
Right.
but multiple,
Wow.
each with its own set of challenges and opportunities.
That's such a good point. It speaks to a whole other layer of adaptability and hustle that we often don't see in a performer's bio.
Absolutely.
And speaking of different skills, let's talk about the golden voice. This isn't just some side project. It sounds like a full-blown vocal training academy.
Exactly. And it's not just mimicry on the syllabus.
Oh, wow.
We're talking stand-up comedy, voiceover work, dubbing, the
Yeah.
whole gamut of vocal performance.
Really?
Over 360 students trained so far.
Wow.
That's a legacy right there.
Here's where it gets really interesting for me. Mahesh, with this thriving career,
Right.
decides to found the Golden Voice.
Mhm.
What does that tell us about him, and maybe even about the Indian entertainment scene as a whole?
Yeah, it speaks volumes about his character, that's for sure.
Right.
Clearly, it's not just about personal success for Mahesh, but also about nurturing the next generation of vocal artists. There's a real sense of community there.
Yeah.
A passing of the torch that I find truly inspiring.
And don't forget, this commitment to sharing his craft likely stems from his own experiences working with mentors like Mimicry Dayan.
Absolutely.
It's like a beautiful cycle of learning and giving back. It really highlights that, spirit of collaboration and mentorship that seems so woven into, the fabric of Indian entertainment.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of celebrating talent,
Right.
can we talk about the duplicate #1 award for a second?
Yeah.
I mean, winning a mimicry contest on a radio station, that
Yeah.
just sounds like such a classic, only in Mahesh's world kind of story.
And it's such a telling detail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not only does it showcase his talent from,
Oh, yeah.
early on,
Yeah.
but it also reminds us of the enduring power of radio in India.
Yeah.
It's a medium that's so deeply connected to communities.
Yeah.
And for Mahesh to have made his mark there, it speaks to a whole other dimension of his reach and impact.
It's like this one award accidentally unlocks this secret door into understanding the full scope of Indian entertainment.
Right.
You've got these massive film industries,
Mm.
but then the radio waves are still bustling with these vibrant performance traditions. It makes you wonder what other hidden gems are out there.
Absolutely. And it makes Mahesh's journey even more fascinating.
Yeah.
This is someone who's mastered multiple mediums,
Right.
bridging generations and traditions along the way.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Mimicry Mahesh,
Yeah.
I'm left with this one burning question. What can't this guy do with his voice?
Right.
He's gone from engineering to comedy to film to teaching, all while building a legacy that's sure to inspire, countless aspiring artists.
He's a true testament to the power of dedication, talent, and the courage to share your gifts with the world.
Beautifully said. And for you listening, if you're as eager as I am to actually hear those vocal talents that we've been raving about,
Yes.
do yourself a favor, look up Mimicry Mahesh online.
Please do.
Trust me, you won't be disappointed. You might just discover your new favorite performer.